Welcome back to Media City Radio. You're now locked into another legendary edition of Legend in the Game, where we celebrate the ones who shaped the culture, elevated the craft, and put in the work where nobody was watching. Now, today's guest, this one's personal for me. I've known his brother for over 15 years, and he's one of the coldest behind-the-scenes storytellers in the game. I'm talking about no other than Omar Saleem, filmmaker, director, visual artist, and the mastermind behind the lens of a long list of reality shows you definitely seen, but probably never knew he was the one capturing the vision. From shooting in paradise to filming in some of the most dangerous environments on the planet, Omar has done it all and still finds time to create art, run BBE Entertainment, and stay grounded through it all. We're about to break down his journey from the first time he picked up a camera to his wildest moments on set, to how he built the name in the industry that don't give out free passes. So if you're a creative, a fan of film, or just someone who respects legacy, sit back, press play, and tap into Legend in the Game. And today we're giving Old Smooth his flowers. So welcome back to Media City Radio. Today's guest is somebody I admired for at least 15 years. He's an amazing video director, production. I mean, he does a little bit of everything, and he's a dope-ass artist. And I don't even know what else to say, but I got mad love for this brother, and I'm glad he's here today. Welcome to the show, Omar Saleem.
Hey, thanks, Felix. Appreciate you having me on here.
Of course, my brother. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too. This is dope. It's looking fire in here.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. So what's been new?
What's been new? A lot of shit. Shit's changing in the TV game. I know when we first linked, probably like 15 years ago, I was getting my footing in the TV game, and then things took off, but shit's changing. So, you gotta pivot. You know what I mean? Know what you're doing. Basically, the difference is these networks aren't making new things. Like a lot of these networks consolidate into their parent companies, and their parent companies is like, what do we own? All right, we own that. This is all we're making. So they're making like 1,000 Jurassic Parks, all these, Marvel's just doing their thing. They're keeping their IP to themselves, and they're trying to compete with Netflix, which they can't, and they're figuring that out. So they're just kind of stuck, and they don't have the money or sometimes the resources to even do some of these new shows, even if they wanted to. So it's come back to the creator, which is dope. You saw what Kugler did with Sinners and all that. I'm sure you heard
that was about to be one of my questions, to get your thoughts on that.
So, it's coming back. But saying that, it kind of makes it sound like it's easy. It's not. That man put in work. A lot of work's been put in. A lot of people put blood, sweat, and tears even to make that happen. But it's up to the creators now, almost like the music industry. Remember before, I want to get signed, get signed Def Jam, get signed to Sony, you signed. And now, they're looking for artists with everything already done. There's no A&Rs, there's no people out there looking for talent. If you coming in, you want to be a rapper or artist, yeah, you got to have your team, you got to have your videographer, your numbers got to be right on your social, and then they might look at you, which is crazy because independently you could probably do it too, but it really does take some connections, and just the gatekeepers know how to keep some gates closed. Everybody trying to get a check, so it's only a few ways in. So they're just kind of playing the game where you got to have everything done, and then they may fuck with you, and if not, then you can take it and do your own thing and then prove them wrong. But either way, you got to put in that work as a creative nowadays. Ain't no handouts. You gotta build it, and then hopefully you sell it. And if they don't believe in it, then if it's still that deal, put your money behind it and get it out yourself.
And it's a shame, man, because they're, like you said, they're looking for people with numbers and this and that. Not even about talent. It's just literally what their following is. Mm-hmm. It's not even if they're an amazing artist or anything like that. You're putting out a lot of music right now that shouldn't even be out.
Yeah, I get that, but I will give it to the way it's done now, the way it's going. Like, people know streams be botted and all that, but talent is truly talent. And, the gimmicky or the weird shit will last for a little bit. They'll get a bag. Don't get it wrong. They'll get a quick bag and then get out. But longevity is where you want to be, right? You just don't want to be an artist for like a year and be hot and then
be over, and then you spend all your money, and then you're back where you started from.
Then you're a meme on the internet. You know what I mean? You don't want that. You want, if a true creative. Now there are people, and we in America right now, right? We see who's president. We kind of understand the way people are working now. Like people's minds are different right now, right? Like it's about a bag, it's about a quick come up, but it's not about longevity, and that's kind of like the problem. But that's why social media works, because it's for the moment. It's like boom, 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 boom. Everybody's doing stuff for the moment. Like a few years ago, people are trading in their integrity just for like it is what it is. Like, but that's where the money is at. Like what's going on? Like everything's different in entertainment, the way or what people consider to be entertainment. You know what I mean? It's just like it's kind of crazy. But of course, the quick hype, eye catching, clickbait stuff, that shit'll pop. But the people that are really putting in that work, when you see them, or you hear their music, or you watch their films, or you watch their social media posts, like the ones that are doing it well with talent, it's longevity. The other ones are kind of copycats, and you may be like, okay, they'll get a quick little bag to do a walkthrough, or get somebody behind them, and good to them, because everybody's still striving to get paid, right? So
Of course.
so good for them. But when it comes to, if you care about this craft as artists like we are, we're looking for like the people who like really embrace it, or how we would embrace it and take it to that next level, how we aspire to. So that's kind of why I think we kind of get annoyed at the bullshit.
Of course. I'm like, this shit is pathetic, a lot of it, but it is what it is.
It
Like
is
you
what
said,
it is. Yeah,
that's the climate we in at the moment.
exactly.
For those that don't know, where are you from?
I'm from Far Rockaway, Queens, New York, 6th Borough. What up? Recipe Stacks, Recipe Chinks. Shout out to Strizzy, everybody in the Rock, Half, Matic, BBE, Bane Kiddo, Dutch. What up, y'all? Everybody out here. My wife, Miriam. What's going on?
So what inspired you to pick up a camera?
I've always been into movies since Star Wars. Like I think I saw
That's one of my favorite movies too.
Empire in the theaters as a kid, and my dad and my mom used to always take me to see movies, and I was always into them. But I didn't start really messing with being into film until I went to college at Brooklyn College, and decided to take in. Was doing graphic arts at first, in another school in PA at Shippensburg University. And then I came back to New York, and I went to Brooklyn College and studied film, because I don't know, I was just really into it and filmmaking, and kind of found my niche in cinematography and the cameras and lighting, and a little bit of directing and screenwriting. We had to do everything, but I really kind of loved the cameras first. So I would say Brooklyn College was, Brooklyn College I would say was when I really started fucking with the cameras. So when I first had a real camera and started messing with that.
What video directors or movie directors that you look up to?
Shit. Spike Lee, Tarantino, Nolan, Spike Jonze, Wheaton. Who else? I mean, there's so many. Who's did 300 Nolan? I think that's the same one, but a lot of them. But I would say Spike is definitely up there. Tarantino, Scorsese. The greats are up there. Ava DuVernay, she's dope. She's been telling some stories. A lot of new directors too, like Coogler. All these guys. Like there's a lot of great artists out there. I would have to make like a top 20 or something, because there's just greatness out there.
Of course, especially now, like you said, with social media too, you're seeing more and more talent, more than ever.
Yeah, I would say so too. There's a lot of dope shit coming out, which helps me as a creative, because I'm doing some good things, some things that I enjoy and that hopefully other people enjoy. And it takes time and takes effort. So anything that gets put out there, I applaud people for even taking the time to do it, because that's what it takes.
Of course, it still work. What is your dream project?
Dream project? Shit. Sometimes I feel like I already had some of them, but I don't even know.
Definitely, bro. We didn't even get to that part yet.
I don't know. Some type of feature film based on something that I wrote. Got a couple of ideas in the mix, but I don't. It's just making something that the world appreciates. I think that would be my dream project, whether it's a music video or a short, or even something quick on the internet. Like if people really enjoy it and it kind of helps somebody or inspires people, then that's my dream project. So I would say my next project, whatever it is my dream project until it's not.
What was your first opportunity, and how did it change you or your mindset after it?
Opportunity in the TV game?
Yes.
Funny to say it is the Apprentice. Very first Apprentice was my first opportunity into the reality TV/TV business, and it was dope. It was dope as fuck. So hate to say it, but without Trump, starting my career, I wouldn't say without Trump there wouldn't be no career for me. I would have, got in somewhere, but that was the first one, and that's the one that launched me into what I'm doing now.
And how was he? Is he the same like he is today, or?
I mean, he knows how to talk to people, and he wasn't as outspoken as he is today, I would say. But when I met him, like I was low. I wasn't even a PA. I was a driver. We was up there on set because it was a production meeting, and then he came through and he spoke and shook everybody's hands, no matter if they were the lowest person or the director. He just at least says what's up and spoke. And then when seeing him on set, if I was in the scene with him or the boardroom and saw him, he'd do a nod or ask a question. But he was chill, and that was the time when he was popping. Everybody can't deny, like, there was a time when he was like, oh, yeah, Donald Trump, he's the shit, My family was all happy. Like, anybody heard that I did that show, they was like, oh, yeah, with Donald, yeah, you fired. That shit's fire. Now, times have changed and shit's split.
Now they look at you like, traitor.
It's fucking your fault, goddammit.
Why did you bring that much light to that man?
You did that shit. Like, I didn't do anything. I was a driver, and then I got to be a cameraman on that show, which is a blessing. So, a lot of my beginnings were on because of him on his show with Mark Burnett and that great team. And that was a great production to be a part of. They really embraced me, and a lot of people told me what I needed to know and how to move in the business, and it was just dope. It was dope as fuck.
I mean, you have an intensive resume. For those that don't know, what's a little bit of your background?
As far as TV shows?
Yes, sir.
Early reality. I probably did a lot of the shows that I know the kids will know. This new generation probably be like, what the fuck? Google it, YouTube it. It's probably looking real grainy because a lot of it was 4x3. We didn't get into 16:9 until like about 10 years ago. But American Chopper, shout out to Paul Jr. and Paul Sr., the Tuttles. Motorcycle Show, one of the most popular ones. The ones that kind of started the whole system of way family reality TV shows go. Like after that, you had like the Duck Dynasties and all that, with these like families that are in a certain niche and how they get along, and if they don't, then they follow that drama. So yeah, and they were great people, great bike builders. Shout out to Vinny, and that was one of the shows that I kind of took over and got my start in. Started as a camera operator and then moved up to the director of photography. If you don't know, camera operator, you're on the floor, you're getting or you're on set, you're getting whatever footage, you get it, call it a day. Director of photography, you're in charge of that whole look. So you're telling the camera operators, as well as probably being one yourself, what we're going to do, how it's going to go down, what the look is going to be, pick the lights, set it, tell the talent when to come in, where to sit, to really control, have more of a control on the set. You and the director work hand in hand, and with the producers to make this episode work. So you get more responsibility, and it's more fun. So that was the start. Then Black Ink, New York, and that show was amazing to be a part of, but it was not easy. If you've seen the show, those they are who they are, and I love them. But they are who they are.
They're real.
If you saw the show, all that shit,
no script.
They just, it is what it is.
I know we had experience here.
Exactly. Yeah.
They filmed the episode here, and then a real fight broke out.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. So that's just how it goes. But that was a great experience. Loving hip hop, New York. I haven't done Atlanta or Miami, but I've worked with a lot of the cast from there. I've done those things. I've done stuff for. I've done Summer House. Summer House is a new popping thing. That's with my peeps out in the Hamptons who spend the summer out there. and party up and talk about life and go through what they go through. So, shout out to them. That's what's been popping. New York Housewives, done those. That season just passed. It was pretty good. They're crazy, and I've been blessed to work with the old cast, the old New York cast, which is they set it off. You know what I mean? And then I've also worked with the new cast, and they're just as good, and they're making their way through. So I've done the gambit. I've done food shows. I've done venues. What do you call that? What's the shit they just had? Rolling Loud. When it came to New York, like I've been blessed to say when things come to New York, there's not a lot of things that I'm not involved in, or friends of mine are not involved in that I could possibly be a part of, and that's what it's all about for me. Just being a part of something dope. Like a lot of the shows I named, people know them, but people know them because they were dope shows. There were a lot of people behind the scenes making this shit pop. Like
Strong team.
And it's kind of crazy the industry is the way it is right now, because in order to assemble that team, like you really need like a village to make shit pop, and you need the best equipment, or if not the best equipment, something that's going to work for what you're trying to do, and all that takes money. Like it takes a lot of money. Like if people don't, people come up to me like, I got an idea for a show. They don't realize like even a show like Black Ink, it look like they just chilling in the shop and then go into a club and in their crib, but to film all that and get everything you need to get that done, that takes millions, like, or at least $1 million, or at least $750. Like, you can't go to your aunt and be like, let me get like $750 to do this show. So when people come to me with ideas and no budget, that's cool. I'm glad you have that idea. You're probably not the first. You put a twist on it. I like that. But it's really about the budget and how to get it done, or the access. Money always gives you access to shit, right? Mm-hmm. But if you got connections like we do, you can make shit happen with no money if you have the right connections. So that's where the disconnect with the networks or the people up top not really shelling out for the creatives to get their shit done. Now it's up to the creative to figure out how to get that $750, or maybe we could just scale it back and maybe do it for $500. But at the end of the day, shit got to get done. So that's just how we moving. We just out there like, all right, then, back to the streets. We get this money up and we do it ourselves. Same thing with a lot of these artists. And it's cool that I'm been an artist and doing this film thing, so I know you got to hustle. Like, ain't nothing coming to you unless you make it pop and then other people believe.
So what's the craziest location you ever filmed in, meaning when you're like, wow, I can't believe I'm here and I'm actually making a killing and I'm in, for the sake of argument, paradise?
You talk about Survivor. That would probably be Survivor. I did Survivor 9. I think they on like 45 now. That's how much it's been going. But I did season 9, and that was in Vanuatu, which is like a small island in between Australia and Fiji, and it was dope. That was one of the highlights of my career. A lot of great times there. And it was just the first time I got a passport. Like I was fresh out the hood when I was on the Apprentice. We was outside. You know how the kids say we outside? We was outside. And that was early 2000s, late 90s. So it's just like, yeah.
And do you have any other favorite places you've been?
Oh, man.
Because I always tell my peers or anyone I come in contact when I properly introduce you, I'm like, this dude got a map of the world in his house, right? And it looked like you took an AK-47 like Scarface and just shot the whole thing up, and there's pins everywhere on there. So that's the reason why I asked that question.
Yeah. There's been a couple of dope locations that I filmed in, and either filmed in or just went. But filming-wise, I would say Survivor was dope. I did The Bachelor Paris. That was way back. But that took me, we started out south of France in Nice, then we went to the Swiss Alps, I believe, or French Alps. We were up there in Courchevel, went there. Obviously, we were in Paris, full access to the Eiffel Tower, all that type of shit. So that was crazy. Hit Hawaii a couple times with a couple shows. Just did we just did some dope shit in the last year for Hallmark Channel. They did some shit, and we ended up filming on a cruise ship. That's the first time they ever did a reality show on a cruise ship.
Oh yeah, I never even seen anything like that before.
So that was different, and it was fun. It was like I said, with me when I do these shows, it's really about what the show is, obviously, and the crew that I'm with. And usually with the crew that I've been blessed to work with, a lot of these people I've worked with for like around 15, 20 years, and everybody's just dope. We know what to do. We know how to do it, and that's what we do. So I would say, yeah, those are probably the dope ones. I got some friends that be going some places. They did some Netflix stuff up in Dubai. I think they were out there for like 3 months or something like that. This reality TV and just TV in general, it's pretty amazing, and it'll take you places you never thought you was gonna go. Like, I didn't know when I got in the game, like, I'd be doing Survivor. That was the only reason I got a passport. Like, I was outside thugging it. Like, I was like, passport, like, block. That's all I really had. And then I started it helped me expand my mind. Like, I got a passport and I'm out of the country. Now I'm like really out of the country and exposed to different things, and then bring that back to the hood, and it's like, all right, so now this is not a game. So that's just how I've been moving.
It definitely had to inspire you.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was insane.
I think I know the answer to this, but what's the most dangerous shoot you ever had or show?
Dangerous besides Black Ink? No, I'm playing. Black Ink. It was crazy, but I was safe. Those guys are dope. I would say it might be Black Ink. Now I think about it, but I don't think any harm was coming to me. It was just the fact that there was.
You never felt like you. Well, I mean, I think you have mentioned that equipment has got damaged or lights have got broken.
Yeah, that stuff. But
that's kind of expected with the territory.
Yeah. Plus, if it's not my gear, I'm not too worried about it. They insured. Company's insured. We'll get another one tomorrow. So it's really about the people being safe. Sometimes I felt bad for the cast members if they fight and somebody get punched or slapped, and it's like
or didn't even have an idea they were about to get into an altercation.
Nah, it should just pop off, and then we back at it tomorrow filming it. That's one thing I said. I wouldn't say shows were like dangerous or fearful, but sometimes filming some of that shit, you just be like, this is fucked up. This is a little like, I know people don't care nowadays. You see it on the street, people pulling out their phones, and sometimes it's just, but it's an event. Like, it's not even like violence really, but it's just like something to see. So it's just like getting your mind used to doing that. You know what I mean? Because you're filming, and you're not best friends with these people, but you're on set with them every day. You have a rapport. And then one of them punches the other one in the face. You just sit there looking at it, and in your mind, you should just be like, all right, we should just either break this up or let these niggas go at it. But for my job, I have to actually not even, disavow what's going on, but I have to kind of be a part of it. Like, all right, let me make sure I get this reaction of him getting the shit slapped out of him, and until the director says cut or security rushes in, and even when they rush in, I'm spinning around, I'm getting other people's reactions, because that's what they'll show on TV, and they will show it on TV. So it's just like getting your mind used to being that, separation of like, this is my job, and what's right is right, but usually you're just trying to get that shot. So
you talked about reality TV. A lot of people have the impression that they're scripted.
No, they're situational. Scripted means they actually have to read lines, and they don't read lines. They're expressing how they feel. Situational is, that like producers, they some good people. They do their due diligence if they trying to find a story. So say person A is cheating, and the producers get wind of it, or they hanging out, because producers and talent, they hang out a lot. They talk a lot. Like, they get into your life. And if they kind of sense something is going on, or you weird, like, people could read people. If you whack and wacky, they can be like, why is this nigga? Come to find out this nigga's cheating. They be like, all right, cool. We ain't going to like tell them what's going on, but we're going to set up a scene. People be like, oh yeah, well, we meet at this location, da da da. They'll be there. They'll be having a regular scene, and boom, the bitch that he cheated with pop in, and he looking like, how the fuck? So it's more situational. He put him in that situation where now him, his wife, and this girl is standing there with cameras on him, and it's about to go down. So that
Had they ever reacted where they wanted to turn violent towards you guys because you put them in that situation?
Well, I didn't put them in that situation.
Well, the producer did, I guess.
Yeah, they tight. You know, anybody would be. Turn them fuck cameras. Oh, what the fuck you doing? Yeah, a lot of that shit. But, you know, it is what it is. They signed the paperwork, so they know what it is. But, yeah, I mean, people's feelings get hurt. People get embarrassed on TV. And, you know, sometimes actually it's therapeutic because they got to see themselves on TV and really be like, I really am a piece of shit. Or I really did deserve that. Or I didn't deserve that. And this person, you know what I mean? It's a crazy thing with reality TV. So I wouldn't say it's scripted, just more situational. Like if they know somebody has a problem or a couple is going through something, you know, if there's like a love interest on the show and they're going through something, producers might like, well, we'll just shoot a scene with the boys' night out. And they'll take them to some crazy places with the baddest chicks. And they all, you know what I mean, just to test them and see how tight the relationship is. And even if it isn't, if he gets a hug or shit kisses him on the cheek or something, at least they got a shot of him maybe doing something or maybe not. Like it's a television show, even though it's reality. It's still yes. So I wouldn't say it's scripted, but it is still a television show. It's not a documentary. Documentaries, you know, they're not. Producers aren't going to set you up like that. Reality TV. It's still real, but it's situational. Because honestly, if you and I don't blame producers for trying to, you know, to spice it up, because sometimes you will have a cast or just people in their regular lives, they're not that exciting, right? Even on the gram and all that, when people post, they look for 10 seconds, right? And then after that, they're like, all right, I'm just chilling. So if you just sat around the tattoo shop with a bunch of people, just yeah, I'm tatting. Yeah, how you do? How's the day? Yeah, it's good. Nobody gives a shit. Even if your work is dope as fuck, they be like, hey, look at this arm. Be like, oh, that's fire. Like, we just spent 5 hours just to watch you. Like, nothing happened. Like, we need to keep this audience engaged at all times for this hour. So you need those personalities. You need that shit to happen. And that's the producer's job, to make shit happen. Or else we're just going to be sitting in the shop and they're just going to be doing whatever they're doing. But you take them out the shop, you'd be like, no, we're doing a scene with just you three. And we're going to talk about this. So talk about it. And then that can spark a story. Then there's the story arc. Then people can follow it. If it's just niggas or women just chilling, just doing their regular day life, unless you're just in the same personality that every day you go out and crazy shit happens to you. Like there are some people like that and they're TV gold. So it's just like, yeah, you gotta spice it up.
Who do you feel was TV gold?
On that show?
Yeah.
Sky's definitely TV gold. C's obviously. From that show. Who else? I would say,
because you always like, if you put a camera, you're like, oh yeah, I know I'm gonna get some good shit with this guy.
Yeah.
Or her, or girl.
Yeah, Puma's dope. I would say Puma will give that energy. C's definitely get the energy. C's is dope as the boss too. He really carried that show on his back and really put his life out there, good or bad. So kudos to him. But Sky was definitely the one, I would say, in my opinion, that everybody, you know, on the show and the fans of the show gravitated to, because she was Sky, and that's why she was TV gold. So, and she's a good person too. I would say she's Sky, but she knows what she's doing. Like she was always dope to me, and I respect that. That's how I judge people. If you dope to me, and you treat me accordingly, and you know, even though I know who you are, how everything gets down, if you're a good person in general to me, I fucks with you. So I fucks with Sky. I fucks with all of them. They're dope.
What was your favorite show to work on?
Favorite show? I don't know. What do you think? It was probably, it's either Black Ink or it's Choppers, I would say. It's one of the two. Those were the longest shows I've been on. So I would say I have an affinity for them. Yeah, I might say Black Ink was like one of my favorite shows.
And that'll probably be your most difficult talent to work with as well?
Yeah, definitely by far. Yeah, I would say that. Yep.
And what advice would you give to creatives that are trying to break into the industry?
Right now, it's kind of what I was saying earlier. You just get a team together, a couple people. You can't do it alone. I will say that you cannot. You can have a lot of ideas and do a lot by yourself. Yes, but you still need other people involved to really make it pop because you can't do everything and you don't know everything, and you're not supposed to. That's why this whole media thing is a group activity. So I would say, give us some
It's
like,
more like a football team.
yeah,
You need a
seriously,
lot of
a
players.
lot of players, and everybody don't get a ring even in their whole career. So, but they still keep at it, and you can still do some dope things. I would say, just get your team, get a couple of solid people that have some good knowledge behind them and that are willing to take this risk with you. It's different today. You really got to do it on your own and learn your craft. Don't be afraid to fail. You're going to fail a lot. There's going to be a lot of nights where you're like, fuck this. But, if you got the passion, it's going to go show through and you're going to learn. Learn by your mistakes and keep it pushing. And be business minded too. Don't be stupid out there. If you know you got some gold and your team is solid, make the right business move so you don't get jaded or discouraged. That can happen too. I've seen that happen to a lot of great people. They did something dope. They made the wrong move. Now they're like kind of like disengaged. Like, nah, I did it last time, but the money wasn't right. I got jerked. Da, da, da. Take it as the lesson and then move on. But sometimes you just got to be smart nowadays.
I guess also when you talk about Black Ink Crew, because I was reading about that too, about Caesar, like the show made I think it was over $1 billion, and he even see 1% of that.
Yeah, I mean, the contract is what the contract is, right? When you sign it, so you just kind of got to know what you're working with. But I would say at least he didn't stay in season one contract. They did always up the ante on him. They didn't know what it was going to go for. They didn't, foresee. Nobody really foresaw social media and the way streaming is and those numbers and get into that whole game. Now they do, so it's a little different. And but yeah, you gotta make your deals. Deals are what they are, and you just gotta kind of be smart and get your leverage. Which is why it's a little different. Like we were talking right now. Like back then, yeah, the network came to them and they was like, "Oh, you got something dope? We'll throw this money behind you." Now they would have had to do all that shit themselves and then go to the network and be like, "Hey, we got this show with us. Check it out." Like so, they were actually even kind of blessed to even
Get that opportunity.
Get that opportunity on the way it was now, because now they would have to, have a team in the shop, filming them, going out. It's not easy to do, and they were doing. We shot year round. They were doing 13, 14 episodes a season, and doing 2 seasons a year. So it's just they really dedicated their lives to that show. So did we. So we were embedded.
The pros and cons of the business, you would say?
There's not too many cons that I've had in my career. Sometimes there are shady individuals, and there is some backstabbing, but I haven't had it happen to me per se, and I haven't seen it happen a lot. People are going to be people, but I would say the pros, definitely the money, definitely the opportunities you get, definitely the people you meet, and the experiences you get to have. The cons is this lifestyle is not average and it's not consistent, and sometimes it gets weird and it's not stable. Obviously, with the state of the industry right now, you can see it's not stable. But there was a time, and there still is a time. It's just shifted over, where things were just the industry's moving. People are filming things, creatives are doing things are going on. And there's a lot of money involved. Now the money slowed up, but doesn't mean things ain't still going on. It's just a different way to attack it now. That's how you gotta look at it.
So also, you expressed earlier you're an artist, you're a rapper.
Yep.
Could you tell me a little bit more about that and BBE Entertainment?
BBE Entertainment is my company, multimedia, music and films and production. And I've been rapping since, I would say, taking it seriously since like 2000. So it's like almost like 25 years. And had a lot of opportunities. I will say in the beginning and middle of that 25 years, I was kind of honing the craft and, getting in the studios and making shit happen. Then this TV thing happened, so I tried to find a way to merge both. So I've been blessed to, be able to take a couple of records that I had and get them on the TV shows that I was a part of, which made things easier.
Good placement.
Yep, for placement and getting royalty checks and stuff by doing that, and just being in the studio and grooming up some of my own talent and artists, and that's kind of where I'm with it today. Pretty much just trying to get some more placements, some licensing, and making dope visuals as far as my music videos. Me and my team shoot all my music videos, and I edit them, and just kind of trying to make everything work. It's been fun. It's been a fun ride. Music has changed a little bit, but it hasn't changed to the fact that an audience still kind of want to hear the sound that I had. I could jump in with the new boys and do the auto tunes with the YNs and all that little harmony. I didn't think I'd be doing that like in the late '90s or early 2000s, but music is what it is right now. It's pretty dope actually. A lot of young artists, a lot of new artists I've been able to work with. So music's going pretty good. We're going to be pushing it more because now with the way you have to do music and the outlets that are available to artists now, you have more control and more say so about the music you put out, how it's put out, which is kind of dope for me. It kind of works now more in my favor than it did maybe 10 years ago, where you had to press up that CD, get out. Now you could just get it on the stream, and that cuts costs substantially, and you could put that into advertising and stuff like that. So it's just a new way of doing things, which is fun.
And you can cater right to your fan base and your audience.
Exactly.
And get direct sales as well. Or if you sell merch or any other products, then go directly to the consumer.
Exactly. So it's a different time, but it's a better time, I would say.
Where could they hear your music at?
I'm on all the platforms. Just type in O Smooth, O-SMOOTH, not SMOOVE. O Smooth, and everything will come up. Got what I got up there? Sub-Zeros and Kayate, and those are the two records that we've been pushing the last couple years. Those are rocking. About to have some new stuff coming out this summer with my man Easy, James J, Trev Mula, a lot of young dope artists, Mr. Chicken. So we've just been rocking them, making shit happen.
What's your social media for those that don't know?
Social media is O_smooth, SMOOTH, O_smooth.
So what's next? Do you have any personal dreams or goals?
Oh, yeah, take over this TV shit. Nah, not really take over this TV shit. Really just being creative, and me and my team, we just been working on some new ideas, just the way content is going right now. Like, since the reality shows and TV shows are, moving a little different, we just kind of see what's going on with these new forms, podcast, small, short form films for social media, things like that. And just keep being creative and putting out dope shit for people. I'm also running around with a lot of these young artists out there doing their behind the scenes and, getting into their environment, doing little EPKs and interviews for them just to get their social popping and have some content for them. And that's been kind of fun too. So, just doing that, just being outside and being creative pretty much.
I know I was on my son was here last week. He was like, "Dad, what else could you see yourself doing?" And I was like, I said, "Remember O Smooth?" And he was like, "Yeah, of course." And I was like, "You see the kind of stuff he does that he inspires me, because that's the kind of things that I dream about doing." You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to definitely give you your flowers, man, and wanted to have you as a guest and just tell you, man, I'm grateful to know you, brother. You always show me nothing but love, man. And like I said, you're inspiration to me, man. So thank you for coming today, brother. And I appreciate you. Much love. God bless.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Felix. Thank you guys for having me. Appreciate you, gang.
All right.
Yep.
Man, that's what you call a masterclass in real life storytelling. Salute to my brother Omar Saleem. Not just for the visuals he captured, but for the vision he lived. From behind the camera to building his own lane with BBE Entertainment, Omar's proof that you don't need a spotlight to make a legendary impact. He's been in the jungles, the boardrooms, the studios, and the trenches. And through it all, he remained grounded, creative, and committed to his purpose. For all the upcoming filmmakers, visual artists, and creative listening, you just got the blueprint. It ain't about chasing clout. It's about chasing craft. Put your heart in it, learn the business, and protect your vision. Big love to everyone that tuned in. Make sure you follow Omar, tap into his work, and support what's next. And remember, this is Legend in the Game, where we just highlight the names you know. We shine light on the souls who built the story behind the scenes. Until next time, stay grounded, stay hungry, and stay legendary. Much love. God bless.